What's up and welcome to the DualSense podcast for episode 164. I am one of your co-hosts. I go by Jason. I'm joined by your other co-host, of course. As always, he's calling himself tonight I Love Crack Whores. He's also known as, he's also known as Travis. Unbelievable. Off the rails from the first 30 seconds. Travis, what's going on?
It's inspired by Juicy J.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Is he still alive?
Yes, he has the classic lyric, "Stay away from ratchet pussy, Juicy J can't."
I bet he can't.
Love that guy.
Is that your spirit animal?
No, in multiple songs he brings that up. So it must be a thing for him. It must be like his fetish.
Yeah, it's his muse.
Makes me laugh every time.
Good. Anything else going on?
No, not really. Oh, I did. I had to avoid a tarp on the interstate. It was a rolled up. It was like a big round guy.
Yeah.
Super long, and didn't see it to the last minute because the car in front of me, like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but I guess they didn't notice it to the last minute, which meant I didn't notice it to the last minute.
Sure.
As you know. So my hand, I'm holding the wheel with one hand at the 7 o'clock position.
Oh, wow.
As you know how I drive, how fast I drive. So yeah, I had to make an avoidance maneuver with my hand at the 7 o'clock position at about 90 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even have time to react. I just like saw it, moved, missed it, and I was like, see, I told you sim racing really locks you into that shit. You know what I mean? That's what it was. It just saved me. It was subconscious. Like, I just knew what to do.
Listen, whenever can we get on the record that I can have your PS5 and all your gaming shit if something happens to you?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not going to do anything with it.
No, you won't need it, will you?
It's like when people die of cancer, they say cancer won. It's like, actually, it's a draw. You both lost.
Yeah.
Like, it only wins if you stay alive.
Right. Yeah, it's done, and you're done.
I'm not doing anything with it, so you can just have at it. Yeah. Just keep it clean. Keep it dusted, please. I mean,
Of course. We were talking before we started recording about how 69% of Americans still call Twitter and tweets.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was interesting considering how up until like the last 2 weeks, I really have struggled with the intro with telling people, where to find us on social media. So it's just it's one of those things that's just ingrained in me.
I admire that you try. I don't even try. I still call it Twitter. It's not even like a, hey, I'm working on it. It's like, I don't care that you call it that. It's still Twitter.
I mean, I try, but X is just bad. It's terrible. It's objectively a bad name for anything.
One of his kids has X in their name.
I mean, true. Can you
the Tesla X? It's a whole thing for him.
Yeah, what kind of disorder or like tick do you have to have this obsession with a letter of the alphabet?
I don't know, but he made Amber Heard dress up like an Overwatch character. He's not all there.
Oh, wait, did they date?
I don't know, but somebody put that out, and then he literally tweeted a picture of her dressed up. He X'd a picture of her dressed up.
He Z'd, it's called posting now. Whatever.
Posting.
Dumbest shit ever.
Isn't Facebook posting? MySpace was posting.
That's right. Anyway, I know. Anyway, Travis, we are a weekly podcast where you and I get together to discuss all things PlayStation, like news, rumors, new game releases, and much more. We do it all in under 90 minutes and post new episodes every Monday on all of the usual podcast services around the world, as well as YouTube if you prefer to listen there. You can find us on social media. We go by @TheDualSensePod on X or Twitter or whatever you like to call it. But we're also on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook as well, where we do some posting. Our website is thedualsensepodcast.wordpress.com. If you want to get the shows there each week or the show notes, our photos and bios, it's all there for you. And without any further ado here, Travis, let's jump into a more active week of news than the last few weeks here, starting with number one. We finally received a state of play this week, as had been rumored on Thursday, and we saw a little bit from a lot of games, actually, and it was a pretty nice little showcase. So we'll just kind of give it a recap here, like we always do, a rundown of everything that was at the show, and I just kind of like jotted down some notes about everything, and just as reminders. So I'll just kind of run down everything, and we can stop and talk about anything that you please, or that I please. My fucking co-host too. All right, the state of play began with walking simulator, literally a walking simulator called Baby Steps from Devolver Digital. It was a gameplay trailer, and we learned that it's releasing in the summer of 2024. We got a trailer for Roblox, which we discussed is coming to PlayStation, but now we have a release date of October the 10th for both PS4 and PS5. And I got to say, the trailer, it was brief, but it showed some clips of different things that you can do. There's like a first person shooter thing going on and like some racing stuff. Like it looks interesting. Like I might give it a shot and see what this thing's about.
You liked it more than Baby Walker?
Oh yeah, Baby Steps. Baby Steps looked terrible. People are high on that, and I think it looks awful. Like,
are you a baby?
I am a baby, but it's like
no, when you step, not literally.
Oh,
on the game, are you a baby on the game?
Oh no, you're a grown man on the game, but you're wearing a onesie, and like you can't. It's got the physics thing going on, so like either one of the sticks or one of the triggers controls each leg, and it's a novel concept.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong,
but I'm gonna play it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like if Death Stranding were Death Stranding, but not cool and not good, is what it looks like to me.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, looks silly, but maybe not. Maybe it's game of the year. Fuck, do I know?
Right, I'm sure it is. Just like Stray. Maybe they'll make a what do they call it? Maybe they'll get anime about it. Put it on Netflix.
maybe Baby Steps anime. I think it's called Now Look Who's Talking. Anyway, after Roblox, Travis, we saw a gameplay trailer for online multiplayer VR game Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. It's coming to PSVR2 on October the 26th, and it looks just like what it sounds like. You fight ghosts in VR. It's kind of neat. Then we saw Resident Evil 4, a trailer for the VR mode that's coming to PSVR2 sometime this winter. They didn't put a date on it, but Capcom also revealed a trailer for Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC in the same kind of little run here of trailers. And it's coming on September the 21st alongside a free update for Mercenaries mode.
Is that Separate Ways DLC like you get to play with Fleetwood Mac characters, or?
I hope so.
Because I'm so out of touch on this. I don't know what it is.
Isn't Separate Ways Boston?
It's fucking Journey.
Journey. Thank you.
God, that's embarrassing. You know what? Whatever, guys. Whatever.
Yeah, it's Journey. 100%. Wow, we're Americans. We don't even know our fucking music. And then we saw Travis Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora showed off a new trailer that was a mix of gameplay and some cinematics. It was a story trailer setting the game up, and it's still releasing December the 7th, Ubisoft says, and it looks wonderful. I cannot wait for this. It looks so good. And again, it's from the people who do The Division, so very hopeful for that. After that, we saw Ghost Runner 2, the fast-paced first-person slasher game. It was a gameplay trailer that was shown off, and we also learned that a demo was dropping on the PlayStation Store. It's available right now, and Ghost Runner 2 is releasing on October the 26th.
Yeah, might as well try the demo. I might download that. I mean, why not?
I mean, it looks cool. It looks like first-person, fast-paced Ghost of Tsushima. I think I played a trial for the first game, and it's kind of hard. Not very good at it, but I also didn't play for very long. Like, it's one of those games, like, the more you play, obviously you get used to it and, get better. So then we took a break from games for a brief moment, as PlayStation showed off a trailer, or an advertisement, I should say, for 3 new colorways for the DualSense and PlayStation 5 faceplates. They're calling it the Deep Earth Collection, and it includes Volcano Red, Cobalt Blue, and Sterling Silver. And I think the Sterling Silver looks kind of cool, but the rest of them are whatever.
I can confirm they all shatter the same as the white one.
Yeah. You can test them all. You can shatter them all this time next year when we're playing NCAA football.
We should make a video of it and then like.
Yeah, the Deep Earth Collection. Oh yeah, I bet. Then Travis, one of the big trailers for the show, for at least for me personally, was Helldivers 2. It was a gameplay deep dive, a little bit of raw gameplay, if you will, and it looks incredible, in my opinion. It was delayed, though. The game has been to February the 8th on PS5 and PC. It had previously been announced for later this year, so a little delay out of this year. Pre-orders go live for the game on September 22nd, I should say. And that appears to mean that it's not going to be a free-to-play title, as had been speculated in the past. It will come in 2 editions, the Standard and the Super Citizen Edition, which comes with all kinds of bonuses and what appears to be the first premium version of a season pass. They're calling it a premium war bond. So that was interesting. But I don't know if you saw this. I sent you guys some stuff about it. It looks incredible. It looks amazing. Super keen for it.
Yeah, you sent us about 17 tweets of different stuff from the game.
I'm only a little excited.
No, it looks cool. I'm not that upset that it's delayed into February. I think that might not be a bad thing for it to get it kind of away from people are gonna, like, literally, I thought you guys are gonna be playing Spider-Man anyway, so it's probably a good thing it's in February. It's literally what I thought, so I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, sure. I agree. It's, October is obviously not a good month for starters. And then, there's November, obviously, but there's some big stuff coming then too still. And then, do you really want to release a live service game in December? I don't know. I think maybe you roll the dice to see, if more people get PS5s for Christmas and whatnot, and then you can put the game out in February. So, I mean, I kind of get it. It makes sense. Still wish I had it now, but I'm ready for this. I'm all in. In fact, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to pre-order it. I'm not going to ask for it for review like I previously said. I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to pre-order it right off the bat. I'm going to give them my money and show them what I think about Helldivers 2.
Are you going to get the Super Citizen Edition?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I assumed you would because you're pretty Aryan and you guys like super citizens and uber menches, so lines right up with you.
Definitely doing it. You get some type of like mini game thing to customize your ship with, because that's a thing now. You can customize your ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why is that cool to me? I don't know.
I know. I thought
I was just like, cool.
I know. When I read that too, I was like, well, that's fucking cool. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
So
that's it. I didn't expect it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I guess it's like a little arcade game or something.
Yeah. It's like I downloaded Battlefield 1 a couple of months ago because I was bored, and I got into a tank, and I was driving the tank, and I got out of the tank, and it had our logo we had made.
Yeah,
I completely forgot we did that.
I forgot about that, the little joystick thing.
Yeah, it was just stuck on the side of the tank. I was like, nice, this is awesome.
All right, so then after Helldivers 2, Travis, it was followed by Marvel's Spider-Man 2, a gameplay trailer, and it still looks great, better than great even. And I don't need to see any more of the game though. And it's still releasing October the 20th, no delays. Some hands-on previews of the game went live this week as well, the day after State of Play. And as you might expect, they are overwhelmingly positive from several media outlets. We also learned that the game features 30, 40, and 60 frames per second graphical modes, all of which will include ray tracing somehow. And yeah, you heard that correctly. Every mode will have ray tracing turned on. So Insomniac Games, just some wizards with the PS5 there. And some of the videos I saw today on Twitter, I'm really trying to avoid stuff on this game, but it's just flooding my timeline. But some of the videos I saw today on Twitter, or whatever the fuck it's called, X, looked insane. Very impressive.
Yeah, the ray tracing surprising to me. I wonder if that's PS5 or if they finally maybe figured out how to run it. Like, ray tracing at 30 seems like that should be impossible. So I would love to know what they did, or if that's just Insomniac being like double birds to everybody else. Like, look at what we can do.
Yeah, I think they're just extremely talented, and they said in one of the interviews or preview things, whatever, that came out today, that they're working with Mark Cerny, who's the architect, quote unquote, of the PS5. So they're getting some help from him, and
that's pretty cool.
To figure this stuff out is very cool. So I think it's going to be obviously a showcase title, and if you think about it, the first true PS5 exclusive from PlayStation Studios, if I remember correctly. Returnal, I guess, but that was before Housemarque was acquired. So yeah, excited about it. Then we saw a new trailer for action RPG Tales of Arise, which is getting a DLC expansion called Beyond the Dawn, which is releasing November the 9th, if that's your thing. Tencent-owned MiHoYo shared a new trailer for its gacha-style sci-fi RPG Honkai Star Rail, which is launching October the 11th on PlayStation.
None of that was words. I don't know what a gacha style is. You just said syllables with the word star in the middle.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Not going to play that, by the way. Then, Travis, we saw a gameplay trailer for Square Enix's Foam Stars, the third-person 4v4 team shooter. It comes with 2 game modes and 8 characters at launch, and it looks pretty fun. And it's getting an open beta on September the 29th through October the 1st on PS5 only. So you can download that and jump in for no charge for a few days. And it's releasing early next year, so it also has been delayed out of this year and just been given a vague early 2024 release window at this time.
I mean, I think that gives them almost 2 quarters to play with the beta feedback. So I think it's a smart move. But again, it's free. Download it, give it a shot, see what we got. Because
definitely,
it has a lot of potential. I don't want it to be like Destruction All Stars, where just falls short for some reason. I want this one to work.
Yeah, Destruction All Stars is a good reference because it definitely could be that. Definitely could die a quick death if it's not supported by the players. But by all accounts, it's pretty good from the media who have been hands on with it. So we'll see. Pretty smart to do a free open beta too, I think, considering the type of game it is and the conversation around it. And finally, Travis, the state of play ended with the big one for many people, although not for me. With Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, we saw a new gameplay trailer, and we learned that it's releasing February 29th on 2 discs for the physical version, which makes sense considering that the game will take 100 hours to complete, according to Square Enix. Well, we also learned after the show that it will be a PS5 exclusive for a minimum of 3 months before coming to other platforms. And that's how the show ended. So that was it from start to finish. Any thoughts generally? As I was going through this, did you have any thoughts on if this was good or bad or indifferent as a overall show?
Yeah, it feels like a 7 to me. I mean,
okay.
I thought the Helldivers was exciting. I'm glad we got it. Like the Spider-Man stuff on it seemed obvious that we were going to get something there. So that wasn't really. I don't know. Like it's supposed to be great. It's just nothing there surprised me. Yeah, and like you said, the Final Fantasy isn't my jam, but it's cool. I know there's 2 big things in it. I actually thought that the Ghostbusters thing was interesting, but I love the randomness. So the baby steps thing really blows my mind, and then it's the very first thing they lead off with. Like, it just makes more. That's my biggest thing is like these companies sometimes like, why are we leading off with the most random thing? It's almost like they want to get the thing out of the way first. They know nobody will like, but it makes more sense to me to sneak it in the middle. Like, why not kick it off with like Helldivers? Like, oh, and people are like, cool, and then we run into then you can throw into Roblox, and in the middle of that, we already have a lull when you show us the new skins or whatever, the Deep Earth Core Metal collection that nobody cares about. Throw it in after that because everybody's they're taking a breath, right? Let them have that again, and then hit them in the face with whatever you want to roll out next, Spider-Man or Avatar or something. So, but no, I thought everything on there was actually pretty useful, pretty good. It all seemed like it had a reasonable reason to be there. They picked their target markets, I think, and they hit every single one of them. I don't really have anything to complain about, but personally for me, it was mid. It just there's nothing there that was like, holy shit, I have to see it. So it'll be like that. It'll be like that,
Yeah, it happens. From objectively, I would say objectively, this is like an 8.5, like an 8.8 out of 10 state of play, considering that it's a state of play and not a showcase. A lot of this, to your point, is not for me. Final Fantasy, Honkai, Tales of Arise, stuff like that. Like it, that stuff, Resident Evil, none of the Capcom stuff is for me at all. But objectively, I think it's a very good state of play, really strong. You got Helldivers 2 in there, gameplay release date, first live service title from this initiative from PlayStation Studios, and you got some Spider-Man in there. even though you said that it was just going to be third party and indie and PSVR2 stuff. You get some cool PSVR2 stuff with Resident Evil. You got a big one in Roblox, which will be bigger than we can understand at this point, I think. And then you got the big announcement to end it all, I should say, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So really strong state of play, I think, if you look at it objectively. Anyway, I wonder if they have any more ink in the pen for this year. I would think not, right? I would think not.
Oh yeah. I don't think so.
I mean, they could, the weird thing is about this is that still, beyond Spider-Man, and I mean, if you want to take it on the whole, beyond Helldivers 2, we really don't know anything that's coming from PlayStation Studios from a first or second party capacity. But let's just say from Spider-Man, we have no idea of anything coming from PlayStation Studios beyond October the 20th, which is, let me make sure here. I don't think they put anything in here. Yeah, so I mean, after October the 20th, PlayStation Studios, they're radio silent for the most part. So that's very interesting, very intriguing. Number 2, as expected, Sony announced September's PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tier games this week. The list is pretty solid, and on Extra includes action RPG Nier Replicant, 2D side-scrolling adventure game 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, turn-based strategy game Sid Meier's Civilization 6, sci-fi action RPG Star Ocean The Divine Force, single-player first-person shooter Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, 2D action RPG Odin Sphere Life Thracer? No idea. I know what it is. I just don't know how to say that name. Zen puzzle game Unpacking, theme park simulator Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster Console Edition, 2D survival game This War of Mine Final Cut, story-based exploration cyberpunk game Cloudpunk, action shooter Contra Rogue Core, post-noir narrative adventure game Tales Noir. That seems like your type of game. Story-driven adventure game Call of the Sea, twin-stick shooter West of Dead, sci-fi RPG Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, and 3D platforming adventure game Paw Patrol, the movie Adventure City Calls. Meanwhile, premium members can also enjoy several other Star Ocean games this month, including Star Ocean First Departure R, Star Ocean Till the End of Time, and Star Ocean The Last Hope 4K and Full HD Remaster. And then finally, premium members can get 2D action RPG Dragon's Crown Pro. So, what do you think about the month here? Now that you're a newly subscribed PlayStation Extra member.
Premium tier still is terrible. I don't know what they're doing. Like, it almost seems like you would put the extra stuff seems more premium than the premium does, but whatever. Yeah. I don't understand it at all. The extra tier, actually, I don't mind it. I think it's much better than last month, to be honest. Civilization 6, I love the Civ Rev game, so I'm obviously going to claim it. I'm sure this will be a great lull game for me, like when I don't know what I want to play. Because, like, a couple of weeks ago, I was definitely in a lull phase. It would have been great to have had this then. So it's the type of game that I claim for that. I'm intrigued by Unpacking, and I don't know why. There's something about it that looks interesting.
Very highly reviewed, highly regarded.
Of course, Planet Coaster, again, another filler game. I'll claim that. It just looks fun. I want to try it and see how it is. We'll see how it goes. Because sometimes what filler games are for me is I'm bored one day and then I blink and it's been 8 hours.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
That's why that's why I like them. They're fun.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The Ghost Warrior games I've always been interested in, but I've never played them. So this is a good chance to play them. I've watched people play them on YouTube for years. I've watched speedrunners do their courses or the boards. So I think it'd be fun to give that a try. Hopefully it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But, I love sniping anyway on video games. So it's a perfect dovetail there. But those are the two ones. I have to look up Tales of Noir. I've heard it 1,000 times, but I don't really know much about it. So I'll check that out.
Yeah, it looks cool. It has sorry, go ahead.
No, I think it's a decent month. Like for extra. For premium, it's always terrible.
It is. I mean, it truly is. It truly is. I don't understand the strategy on premium. I really don't. I mean, obviously they have some deal, to get all these Star Ocean games. I get that, but
yeah, but like, come on.
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean so we have. I mean, are any of the? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think any of those are like PS1 games. I don't think so. Like,
Yeah,
why?
but
Why
it's
is there
like,
no PS1 game?
but to your point though, we have a contract with all these Star Ocean games. Let's just put them out.
Yeah,
It's like
they
just
just
because you have
diarrhea
it,
them.
why are we doing that?
Right, exactly. They just diarrhea all the Star Ocean games in one fucking month. Like,
I can't even think of
okay,
what's a good analogy? Like, I don't understand. Like, I can't even think of
yeah,
a good analogy.
yeah. It's like if you recorded every game of your favorite football team and you didn't watch any of them until the season was over. That's what that's like.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good. I was gonna say like that's a good one. Yeah, you pay for the TV package to watch your team play, and then
yeah,
you find out all of you found out all the results, and then you watch it. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Exactly.
That's
And so I
really
mean,
good.
that's what it feels like to me. It's like fuck. But anyway, as far as the extra games, there's definitely some good ones that are some interesting ones that I'm keen to check out. Namely, Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. Definitely going to download that and check that out. Unpacking also has me interested. Kind of like you. This War of Mine Final Cut is interesting. It's a 2D survival game where you are literally trying to survive from a war. So during the day, you go out and try to find resources. At night, you try to survive, like invasions of the building or whatever, the structure that
Hmm.
you're staying in or whatever. It looks kind of neat.
Hmm.
And then the other one
It
that,
made me think of a game that we could make maybe with the
oh,
with the fellas that made Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We could call it "This Horror of Mine," and you're a pimp, and
uh huh,
you spend all day gathering hoes. Okay.
this War of Mine Final Slut.
And then and then at night you whore them out. It's great. Like I don't understand. It's a great idea.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, somebody will do it. Somebody will do it. Probably in I don't know, somewhere in Indonesia or not
So it's
Indonesia,
definitely in Asia.
Singapore. Yeah, Singapore. The other one, the final one that really caught my eye was Cloudpunk. It's like from videos I've seen, it's like a cyberpunk taxi driving game.
You
It
mean
has a
like
PS,
Blade Runner?
yeah, in a way, yeah.
Huh.
It has a PS5 version now. You can play in first person and the little cyberpunk flying car thing and stuff looks interesting. I'm gonna check that out too at some point. So yeah, that's your extra and premium games for September. Number 3, Sony rolled out a big new firmware update for PlayStation 5 this week as well. It includes all of the features that had previously been in beta, such as remote play functionality for more Android devices, new accessibility features like the ability to use a second DualSense controller, Dolby Atmos support for enabled devices, support for expansion SSDs up to 8 terabytes, new PS5 voice command options, an updated PlayStation app functionality, including the ability to see a share screen preview before joining a share screen session, and also the ability to react to messages with emojis like our phones do, among other new features.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all available now. Everyone has it now and should have it. What do you think of the new features? I know you have. I haven't even noticed any, to be quite honest with you, but
No, I haven't.
yeah,
To be honest. Yeah, Dolby Atmos support. Look, I'm all for premium sound, especially now that I have a car with premium sound. So go for it, man. I love that. The thing that I guess really, considering the news I learned that could be true today about GTA 6, the
that can't
the
be true.
I
What the
know,
fuck? Stop it. There's
but
no
the
way.
but the expansions for SSDs up to 8 terabytes is nice. So even if
Yeah,
it's 250 gigs for a game, like I like the fact that it's getting easier and there's more support for me to expand my storage. So I'm
yeah,
definitely happy with that. Yeah, but what this really made me think about when I was reading through all this stuff about the share screen preview and this, that, and the others, I really thought that the help tabs would be more useful, and they really aren't. Like
hmm
when the PS5 came
yeah.
out, I
They're
was
not. I've
like, this,
never used them.
yeah, it's like this is gonna be awesome because like how it is, you get stuck all the time on levels or like
Hmm.
I remember puzzles on like Uncharted 2, like I remember the Uncharted 2 puzzles. It was so difficult on a couple of them for me. I just really struggled with them, and I didn't have a way to look them up even at that time because
Hmm.
I think at that time that like I don't even remember being able to find them on YouTube. I had to solve them.
Right.
It might take me 3 hours to figure it out.
Which, by the way, reviewing games sucks for that reason. Like, if I run into a puzzle before a game's like out, like I there's nothing to look for. Like I got to figure it the fuck out. You know what I
Right.
mean? Anyway,
That's
continue.
miserable. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're like we're 30 years ago. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
those things should be they should be so helpful. And I don't know if they didn't use them appropriately or they're not as user friendly or what. I don't know. I
Mm,
don't know. There's got to be a reason there, but it just seems like a missed opportunity. That maybe
sure.
we'll get it right the next gen. But yeah, I mean, because there's times where I need it, like especially playing a game like Hitman or like Sniper Elite, where you can attack the board in 100 different ways. Like being able
Mm-hmm.
to quickly pull up a tab to see, even just like if you're missing an objective, like a little side objective, right? Cool, because even if just
Right.
watching that video, I'm gonna see the way you got there is gonna be totally different, and it's gonna give me a whole new perspective. And like, anyway, I'm just really disappointed in that feature, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. All this stuff sounds interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dolby Atmos, maybe I'll notice that. I have no idea. You probably have to turn it on. I'll have to go look. But there's one feature that was a part of this update that was not advertised, marketed, whatever. It's not really a feature so much as it is a little kind of social quality of life touch. But apparently now you can go to other players' profiles and you can see what their top 3 most played games of all time were, or are, I should say.
Mhm.
So I'm interested. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to see what your top 3 most played games ever are. If I have to guess at mine, and then you can guess at yours. Mine, 100% Red Dead Redemption 2, number 1. Number 3 or number 2, I'm going to say is The Witcher 3. And I would say number 3 is Battlefield 2042. Those are my guesses. Number 1's a lock, stock, smoking barrel. But 2 and 3 are up in the air. What would you have to guess your top 3 most played games ever are? It has to be PS4 and PS5.
Okay, Battlefield 1
Okay.
at the top, gotta be. It's probably 400 hours.
Yeah, that's true. It could be mine too. So,
After that, it's tough.
yeah,
Let me think. Maybe a FIFA.
possible.
Because we went really hard on a FIFA there for a while.
Yeah,
It could
possible.
be a FIFA. Battlefield
Hmm.
2044 is a good call because I don't think I played Red Dead that. I know I beat Red Dead, but I don't remember it being like hundreds of hours for me.
Right. Right.
God, I'm gonna go with Battlefield 2024. I'm just gonna roll
Okay.
it out there because I know it's high. I know Gran Turismo is over 100 hours, but I think I have more
Hmm.
games over 100 hours than that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out, or I'll find out for you tonight. And I'll send you a picture.
It's
So
definitely
how you
not
go.
Super Mega Baseball.
No, although you play that quite a bit.
How do you see that? Where do you go to see this?
I don't know. It's new. I
I
don't know if you
can't.
can do it on the app or not. You might have to do it on PS5 only.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
find
that's
out.
fair. I can't find it on the app, so we'll find it later.
Okay. All right. Anyway, a new PS5 update. Enjoy. All right, Travis. Number 4, we have a bunch of news nuggets as well. Of course, feel free to jump in here wherever you please. First nugget: Insomniac Games revealed new screenshots of Times Square in Brooklyn this week from Spider-Man 2. Although we have a lot more than screenshots to work with this week. And as I mentioned, the preview coverage went live as well. But the game looks great. And their recreation, the side by sides of Times Square in Brooklyn that I saw this week, like the real pictures and from the game, very, very striking, almost identical in many ways. Although they could not include the Chrysler building because they could not get the copyright to that to include it in the game.
What do they call it, like the Ford building, and make it look the same? What do you? What do you?
Yeah, yeah. Can you believe that gosh damn Dodge wouldn't give them the rights to it?
Yeah,
Shocker.
I'm surprised it hasn't fallen down.
Yeah.
That fucking the Dodge building survived 9/11. Come on.
Yeah, touche. Touche. It's a shocker. Also, Travis, suspenseful sci-fi social deduction multiplayer game Mannequin was announced for PSVR2 on the PlayStation blog this week, and it's releasing sometime in 2024. It looks awesome.
Yeah, oddly.
It's prop hunt in
Yeah,
PSVR2, by the way.
that's what I was. Yeah, so somehow this ended up in my echo chamber, which is
Oh,
weird. And I was like,
good.
okay, this looks like a blast. It just looks like
Yeah.
it's chaos and like yeah,
It,
But I also feel like it's gonna have jump scares. Is what I felt like.
yeah,
It's gonna
100%.
scare me.
100%. Looks great. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Also, the first 3 Tomb Raider games are getting remastered for PS4 and PS5 as one collection, and it's launching on February 14th. So as you were asking the other week, this is the Triangle Titties Lara Croft coming to PS4 and PS5.
Probably the best kind.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. A little less comfortable to sleep on.
Yeah, do you think the aliens and the UFOs have triangle titties? I'm going to say so.
Maybe. The ones the Mexicans showed the other day didn't have any titties, though.
Fair. They had like 3 stomachs or 3 balls or something, though.
I saw that.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah, it can't be. Also, website Video Games Chronicle reported that Stig Asmussen, the director of both Star Wars Jedi games as well as the former director of God of War 3, is leaving Respawn Entertainment and Electronic Arts for greener pastures, although he's not announced what he's doing next. Honestly, it would not surprise me if he's going back to PlayStation in some way. I think that's a real possibility. I really do. It's either that or he's making his own thing, but I think for some reason my gut is telling me that PlayStation is a possibility for old Stig.
It's a great name.
It is. Next nugget. Embracer Group has put Gearbox software up for sale after just acquiring the Borderlands creator in 2021 for a deal worth up to $1.4 billion. Gearbox has told employees that all options are on the table, including breaking away from Embracer and going independent. Embracer has reportedly sent marketing materials to potential buyers, which are said to include quote-unquote international gaming companies at the moment. So Tencent and the Saudis, for sure.
Yeah, what's the thought process here?
The thought process is that Embracer is going broke and they're abandoning ship. So
I mean, Jesus.
No, honestly, I think that now that Embracer owns The Lord of the Rings, I think they're going to try to go all in with that. And they've obviously closed down Volition, don't care about Saints Row, didn't do well anyway. Don't care about Borderlands. Obviously, I mean, people do, but Borderlands isn't like a world beater anymore, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, but you spent $1.4 billion on them. What else besides Borderlands? What else are they known for?
That's pretty much it. I mean, they do some other stuff. They published some other stuff. They published Remnant 2, July's best-selling video game, for instance. But they don't own that. They don't own the rights to Remnant, as far as I know.
This is interesting. Yeah, whatever.
I wonder if PlayStation would buy them and have like an open world, FPS game.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. That's an interesting idea, though.
Huh. Yeah, because PlayStation doesn't fuck with FPSs anymore.
So they won't. Then they won't buy it.
Yeah, touche. But it'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's would be a possibility or not. I mean, that seemed. I mean, they're probably not going to have to pay $1.4 billion for it. I mean, maybe. I don't know though. Inflation and all that horse shit. We'll see. Next nugget. Immortals of Aveum studio Ascendant Studio announced that it has laid off almost half of its development staff following the poor commercial and critical reception to the first-person magic shooter. That's unfortunate. I think that game gets a bad rap. I think it's pretty good. Obviously, gave it a 8.5 out of 10 for Gaming Nexus, but I don't understand. It has like a 70 on Metacritic, and I'm going to tell you that game's not a 70. I think it just maybe came out at a bad time, and I don't know if they marketed it correctly. So, I mean, it's definitely on them. No doubt about that, but it's a shame. Also, Sony released a new PS4 software update this week that allows users to sign in on their system by scanning a QR code on the PlayStation app. So, just like the PS5 has been able to do.
So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Why the fuck would I want to do that?
I have no idea.
Question 2, how do I scan a QR code that's on my screen on my phone?
I don't know.
I have to have another phone to scan the QR code? How does that work?
It's a great question. I have no idea. No idea. Maybe
am I too old to understand?
Maybe I wrote it wrong. Maybe you scan the thing with your phone on the TV screen. Possibly. That makes more sense.
That makes more sense. But I still hate it. No, yeah, that does make more sense though. You just hold it up and it would automatically sign you in. That'd be cool. Now, if you hold it up and it makes me put in my fucking account details anyway, I would have a problem with that.
Yeah, I do hate that shit. That annoys the shit out of me. It's like you saved me 0 time and I skipped 0 steps.
You added a step.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like buying PlayStation Premium.
Next nugget, Travis. Netflix announced a virtual showcase to highlight its upcoming slate of animated shows, some of which are based on video game IP. The showcase will take place on September the 27th at high noon Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Notable leaker Bill Kuhn revealed this week that Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition is the next PlayStation exclusive headed to PC. The game was also rated by the ESRB last week, as we discussed.
Yeah, that seems like that doesn't seem surprising at all. So,
no,
it's a matter of
definitely
time.
not. Yeah, exactly. Also, video game engine Unity announced an extremely controversial fee structure this week that essentially will charge developers every time a copy of their game is installed, even if the same user wants to install it on multiple platforms. The fee structure would also apply to games downloaded on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. The new structure will go into effect at January 1st, although Unity has already began backtracking after a stiff backlash. So I do want to say that they have come out and updated some of this, I guess, in a way, and said that, well, it's not really this way and it's going to be this threshold or that or whatever, but it's still, people are pissed about it and it's still not very good. And it's like, I mean, this is the definition of shooting yourself in the foot as a business, because a lot of developers are threatening to not make games on Unity anymore, and some Devolver Digital people are saying that they're going to quit. They're going to like delist their game at the end of this year so that they don't have to pay Unity anything on January 1. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
It's very bizarre. They had to have had some sort of information that would have told them that's not going to work. So what was the net gain out of that decision at all? Like just doesn't.
Apparently they did. Yeah. Apparently they had the people, their employees internally. This won't surprise you. Their own employees internally and marketing people, or we're telling the marketing people, you can't do this. This isn't going to work. This is going to be a disaster. And they did it anyway.
Fucking been there.
Yeah, we've definitely all been there.
Sounds just right. Yeah, you think, God, I don't know. It's almost like they get into a room and they're so far removed from reality. I don't know what goes on up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, same. Also, publisher Square Enix's stock price has fallen 30% from its peak this year, knocking $2 billion off the Final Fantasy maker's market value.
It's fucking crazy.
It is. Having a bad year. Like a Dragon studio, Ryu Ga Gotoku announced that it will hold a showcase on September the 19th. EA and developer Maxis confirmed this week that The Sims 5 will be a free-to-play game when it launches.
I mean, it seems like the most obvious live service game of all time.
Oh, definitely.
Like, if you mapped it out from the beginning before we knew what it was, you'd be like, oh, I can see how that would work. This feels like a matter of time again. Feels like a matter of time.
I agree. Also, Apple moved one step closer to being a full-blown competitor in the home game console market this week, announcing that the upcoming iPhone 15 will be getting the full console versions of Assassin's Creed Mirage, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Resident Evil Village later this year, as well as Death Stranding. Forgot to put that in there. The iPhone 15 will also include hardware-accelerated ray tracing. So, for the first time, we're getting full-blown console versions of games, including a new release onto a cell phone. It's wild to me.
Wouldn't that take up all of our memory on the phone?
I would think so. I would definitely think so.
I have Assassin's Creed Origins or Mirage and my mom's phone number.
Yeah. I'm going to have NBA 2K24 and mom's number. So, or Call of Duty Warzone, either one. Yeah,
it's more like you'd have Warzone, Mom, and DoorDash. That's all you need.
That's only 3 things I need. Oh, shit. Also, former Marvel executive and director of visual development at PlayStation's Sony Santa Monica studio, Charlie Wynn, is the new chief creative officer at Epic Games following the departure of Colonel Mustard, as we discussed last week.
Old Donald Mustard. Imagine following up old Donald Mr. Mustard.
Yeah, with Charlie Wynn. You made me pop you out of your fucking head for that, you motherfucker, Charlie Wynn. Anyway, next nugget. Ubisoft has delayed free-to-play first-person shooter XDefiant, Travis, after it failed platform certification tests on both PlayStation and Xbox. In a very straightforward update this week, the game's executive producer Mark Rubin said that the game will now, quote-unquote, likely release in October as they work to pass the console certification tests, which is for things like, do trophies pop correctly? does the game help thing that you're putting in there for PS5 do what it's supposed to do, et cetera, et cetera? Does the trophy tracking feature work on PS5? It's those sorts of things.
Oh, okay,
Those are
cool.
broken at the moment.
It seems like that should be easy to fix.
You would think.
And easy to work in the first place.
You would think. But we'll see. Also, some PlayStation 5 bundles have been reduced by $50 in the US through the end of September. Those bundles include Modern Warfare 2 and Final Fantasy 16 editions. The next major update for Baldur's Gate 3, patch number 3, if you will release this week on PS5. Website Push Square reported that Cyberpunk 2077's 2.0 update, which overhauls several of the game systems, will go live on September the 21st. I can say that I'm reviewing Phantom Liberty, the expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. It's coming out September the 26th. I am reviewing it, and that's all I can say at this point. I can give impressions of the 2.0 update, but I just haven't had a chance to check it out yet. So I have something for you all very soon on that. Next nugget, PSVR2 NFL Quarterback Sim NFL Pro Era is getting a sequel, but no release date was given, although we do know that it's going to have a multiplayer mode for the first time.
So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Also, a free Beauty and the Beast update dropped this week. Travis and Disney Dreamlight Valley. I know you're excited about that.
Uh-huh.
Remedy Entertainment revealed that Alan Wake 2 will take 20 plus hours to complete, the studio's longest game yet. Kind of key to that one.
Why does that make me laugh?
The fact that 20 hours is their longest game.
Yeah, just like guys who made a 20-hour game. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that, but there's other studios who are like Assassin's Creed 20 hours.
Right. You think like CD Projekt Red's like,
yeah, exactly.
You played the fucking Witcher 20 hours? That's like one mission.
Also, website PlayStation Lifestyle reported that, according to insiders, Call of Duty 2025 will feature at least 2 remastered maps from Black Ops 2, as Treyarch sticks with the trend set by Modern Warfare 2 and this year's Modern Warfare 3, meaning that the 2024 Call of Duty is rumored to be Black Ops, and then they're going to do something in 2025 with remastered maps. So that sounds like kind of a massive fart noise. Not a Black Ops fan anyway.
Yeah, but if I know that Call of Duty doesn't like this, but if 3 is as good as it looks like it'll be, it could literally be playable for 3 years.
True.
I mean, it's a thing that could happen because Battlefield does it. They've done it before.
Yeah. We're about to be into year 3 of Battlefield 2042, which is crazy. Next nugget here, according to PSN data compiled by True Trophies, Saints Row is the second most popular PlayStation Plus essential game of 2023, right behind Battlefield 2042, the most popular essential game. It's incredible.
Better close the fucking studio.
Yeah, no kidding. Insomniac Games have begun moving staff over to its Wolverine project.
Yes, let's
Spider-Man
go.
2. Yeah, as Spider-Man 2 nears completion and is likely going gold any day now.
That's all I'm waiting for. I want this so bad. I'm glad Spider-Man 2 is out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Wolverine going.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see if they can get Wolverine out next year or if that's a 2025 game.
I'd be amazed if it came out next year, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Also, insider Tom Henderson reported that Assassin's Creed Red, the game set in feudal Japan, is scheduled to release in 2024, according to his sources. Website PlayStation Universe reported that the following games received update patches this week: MLB The Show 23, Hell Let Loose, For Honor, PUBG, Dead by Daylight, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Battlefield 2042, Remnant 2, King of Fighters 15, Armored Core 6, and Immortals of Aveum. If you've been waiting for some fixes or new content, check those out. Also, Metroidvania game Barbarian Saga The Beastmaster is coming to PS4 and PS5, but no release date was given. The PlayStation version of the Backbone mobile gaming controller has been confirmed to work with the newly announced iPhone 15. If somehow you play your video games that way.
That's cool. I was wondering about that. If we're going to have full,
Oh, definitely.
I need to have the Backbone if I'm playing that shit on my phone.
Yeah, touche. If you're going to play Assassin's Creed Mirage, you need the Backbone, 100%. Next nugget. A new rumor popped up this week that Electronic Arts is ending support for Monster Hunter ripoff Wild Hearts just 7 months after launch. Website Gamatsu reported that co-op puzzle adventure platformer Poppycom was announced for PS4 and PS5, but no release date was given.
Okay.
Yeah. Highly anticipated.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Also, highly anticipated JRPG Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes will finally release on April 23rd for PS4 and PS5. Vanillaware announced tactical RPG Unicorn Overlord for PS4 and PS5. It's going to release on March the 8th. Good luck. Konami announced side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter Contra Operation Galuga for PS4 and PS5, and it's launching early next year. Koei Tecmo announced Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 remake for PS4 and PS5, and it will release early next year. Square Enix announced Saga Emerald Beyond for PS4 and PS5, and it's launching early next year. Bandai Namco announced Spy Cross Anya Operation Memories for PS4 and PS5. It's also launching next year. Everything's launching next year. THQ Nordic announced that turn-based strategy game Spellforce Conquest of EO will come to PS5 later this year. Co-op puzzle game We Were Here Together Expeditions Stealth released on to PS4 and PS5 this week, and it's free to claim and download until October the 13th. Roguelite action game Knight vs. Giant, The Broken Excalibur will launch for PS5 on October the 5th. Adventure game Lil Gator Game, which I'm pretty sure we just talked about last week, but what do I know, will release for PS4 and PS5 on October the 10th. Turn-based RPG Another Crusade launched for PS4 and PS5 on September the 15th. Side-scrolling robot shooter FZ Formation Z will launch for PS5 in 2024. Side-scrolling action shooter Assault Suit Lanos 2 Saturn Tribute was announced for PS4 and it's launching next year. Shoot 'em up game Truxton Extreme was announced for PS5 and will release in 2024. Action game Snow Brothers Wonderland was announced for PS4 and PS5 and it's releasing sometime next year. I'm telling you, everything's coming out next year. Rhythm game Gunvolt Records Chronicle. Wait, was it Psy Chronicle?
I don't even know what that's about.
I don't know. Psy Chronicle.
That tells me nothing about the game other than it's a rhythm game, but I don't know what we're doing.
Right. Psy Chronicle, I guess. It was announced for PS4 and PS5, and it's launching February 14th. A couple of Valentine's Day games we've learned about this episode. Stealth action game Arashi Castles of Sin Final Cut will come to PSVR2 on November the 16th, and it is an upgrade of the PSVR version. Travis, I feel compelled to tell you that this is like a first-person Ghost of Tsushima stealth game in VR. So it looks interesting.
Okay, let's review it and let me know.
You're asking a lot. Next nugget. 3D shoot 'em up game Rainbow Cotton is coming to PS4 and PS5 in the spring. It is a remastered version of the 2000 Dreamcast original. Whoa. CRPG Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader will launch for PS5 on December the 7th. Fantasy fishing RPG Whisker Waters was announced for PS5 and is launching early next year. Turn-based strategy game Jagged Alliance 3 is heading to PS4 and PS5 on November the 16th, and it looks awesome. Looks so good. Oh, I can't wait. Football Manager 2024 was announced for PS5, and it's releasing November the 6th. Pixel art puzzle adventure game Bilkin's Folly will launch for PS4 and PS5 on October the 2nd. 2.5D side-scrolling action game Slave Zero X will launch for PS4 and PS5 on February 21st. Side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game Devil Engine Complete Edition has been delayed from October the 12th to November the 9th on PS4 and PS5. Side-scrolling action platformer sequel Cyber Citizen Shockman 2, A New Menace, is releasing on PS4 and PS5 on September the 22nd. A free PS5 upgrade to SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake is releasing on October the 16th. Is that really necessary? It can't be.
No.
Yeah. Open world sandbox adventure game Bang On Balls Chronicles will launch for PS4 on October the 5th, with a native PS5 version coming at a later date. Sci-fi social deduction RPG Nausea will release on PS4 and PS5 on December the 14th. Adventure game 1010 Reporter The Cigars of the Pharaoh will launch for PS4 and PS5 on November the 7th. Side-scrolling Metroidvania game Tevi will come to PS4 and PS5 sometime in 2024. Virtual reality tactical action game Soul Covenant was announced for PSVR2, and it's launching the first half of next year. Genshin Impact version 4.1, which is eloquently called To the Stars Shining in the Depths, launches September the 27th. And finally, Travis, developer Piranha Games announced a new MechWarrior game called MechWarrior 5 Clans, and it's coming to PlayStation in 2024. And that is all for the news this week, and I'm going to turn it over to Travis now for this week's new games.
On September 12th, we have Eternights, Myth Force, Now Play With Your Food, The Isle Tide Hotel, To Who, New World. The 13th, we have Gravity Oddity, Mystic Gate, Super Bomberman R2. On the 14th, we have Ad Infinitum, AK Exodal, Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery VR, Heavy Duty Challenge, Inspector Gadget, Mad Time Party, Summum, Eternia. On the 15th, we have NASCAR Arcade Rush. So nothing came out except for Ad Infinitum, and I've heard of Super Bomberman. I don't know what anything else is. And why are these all so hard to say?
They really are. I'm also surprised you're not intrigued by that NASCAR game.
I looked it up a little bit. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, it's like, I don't know. It's just, they need to get their shit together. I don't know what they're doing over there. If you're going to make a NASCAR game, they every one of them is shitty. I don't know what their deal is. Even when they're arcadey, they still suck.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I don't know. God, what is there this week? What's the biggin? Let's see. I mean, there really isn't one. Like, I mean, if Eternights is a PlayStation exclusive, RPG type thing, I don't know. Maybe that's one. Myth Force is a cool looking game. Haven't got to play it yet, but it's like a Saturday morning cartoon art style. Looks very cool.
Yeah,
but,
I remember that, but
I mean, really, it's not a very good week, to be quite honest. All right, Travis, let's start to wrap the show up here like we always do by discussing what we've been playing and anything we're looking forward to. What do you got?
Well, I'm looking forward to War Hospital whenever they get their shit together, so that'd be nice.
Yeah. I feel like it's just going to release randomly one day. It's going to be one of these stealth drops like, oh, War Hospital's out now.
Let me think about what I did. Okay, so I upgraded, like you said, downloaded some games.
Very good.
I played Madden. I played the free trial. It's interesting. I can see, I haven't played Madden since Madden 25, so I could see the progress graphically. What I think is funny is the defensive plays are the same defensive plays since I played NCAA 06. Like, they don't change. And
that's outrageous.
At least the offensive plays vary on each other. And occasionally you'll run into one you've seen before, but they have RPOs and different things now that kind of change it up a little bit, which is pretty cool. Like, they have these, like, you snap the ball and you read the defensive end. So if he crashes down to tackle the running back, you throw a wide receiver screen. And if he stays at home, you just run a draw play. It's pretty cool. But there's just some weird stuff on the game. Like, just if you look at the rosters and you go through them, like, the quarterbacks are all over the place. Like, probably half the league has quarterbacks that are under like a 78. And a lot of the guys that start are fast. Like, Trevor Lawrence's speed is almost a 90. Like, Daniel Jones is in the high 80s. Like, these dudes that, we used to find quarterbacks like that on NCAA football, or you draft them in Madden and it'd be like they're rare.
Sure.
But it's outrageous to me, really, to be honest. I did a season. I did a draft, and I found the scouting very poor. I didn't enjoy the scouting at all. Like, you have a 3-star scout, a 2-star scout, and then like 4 or 5 1-star scouts, and you can't just hire all 3-stars. Like, if you can have 1 3, 1 2, and like 4 or 5 1s, and then you put them in a certain area of the country. So like when you're in the draft, you can sort by like southeast, northeast, which is completely stupid to me. Like, just why are we doing that? Like, if you're trying to tell me that, well, most of the talent comes out of California or Florida, sure, but also I'm drafting from colleges, so this motherfucker can go to New Hampshire if he wants to. It doesn't matter. So like,
That's right.
Why are we doing that? I don't understand. I just thought the scouting left a lot to be desired. It's not done very well. Like, the youth scouting on FIFA is better, and they don't do anything. You're not even involved. So
Right.
I think that part sucks ass. I tried the new passing I told you about with the meter, and like, if you're gonna sit down and learn to play the game, play Madden every day, it's probably actually really, really cool. And I could see that, but the classic works just as well.
Good thing it has the option.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they both work fine. I prefer the classic because, like I told you the other day, like, I would describe my kill death ratio as an adult male with a job. So like,
Sure.
if you're asking me how I'm passing on Madden, it's like I'm going to use the classic. I don't have time to. I can't put 16 hours into the passing mechanism to learn how to be good at it. Like, it's not going to happen.
No.
But I sent you a couple of videos, like the tackling was super weird. Like, throw it over the middle, and my linebacker standing behind a guy, and the guy catches the ball and falls over, and then the safety kind of like runs over from 10 yards and like tackles the guy, but the animation started like when he fell over. If you watch the replay, the animation's already started for him to get tackled by the safety.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird. And like, dudes are running slants, and they'll stretch their arms out to catch the ball, and you'll tackle them, and they'll fall to the ground with their arms still reached out with the ball. Like, receivers catch the ball and they pull it in.
Right.
And like so I was playing the Bengals, and Joe Burrow just kept hot routing and running the slant, bang bang, and then it would do the same.
Pissed me off.
And they were running a hurry up, so it would literally be like, snap the ball, throw the slant, arms are stuck out when they get tackled, call the hurry up, audible to the same play, and like, I couldn't stop it. Like, I would put spies on him, I would user over to that side, and he would still throw the same pass in the same window. I couldn't defend it. Like, it was just fucking stupid. So it's like, there's just stuff it does that's really, really stupid. The glitches that are game breaking. We talked about how much everybody knows I love glitches. They're fun, but like, I played the entire second half against the Bengals without the kick meter.
Oh my god!
Score a touchdown, got to kick an extra point, can't see it. Got to kick a field goal, can't see it. Kickoff, can't see it. I mean, I'm kicking balls out of bounds. I'm kicking extra points off the side of the fucking stadium. I can't see it. It's just gone completely.
Unbelievable.
It was just shit like that would happen, and like, running the ball was super easy though. Like, you didn't matter. Like, I ran the ball just as well with a 67 overall as I did with Nick Chubb, who's like a 95 or something. So just weird shit with that game. I mean, I think a solid 6.5, 7 is fair. It's just, it's missing something. Anyway, they got long winded.
That's all good.
I played Sniper Elite. I think I'm on. I played 3 missions of the 9.
They're long.
They are long. One of them took me an hour and 48 minutes.
God.
They've added in, like, you can now, when you melee stealth kill people, occasionally you'll get the X-ray. So like, it'll do the X-ray of you, and you like slit their throat. It's awesome. Wild. Or you'll like stab them in the back of the head, and the brain will jiggle. Wow, it's pretty wild. It's fun though, because like, you literally, like, I try to do it as stealthy as I can. The first mission, it gives you a grid at the end. It's like, the top it's stealth, lethal, and then it's non-lethal, and basically going loud. So like, the first mission I did was like midway between stealth and lethal. Like, it was basically saying I killed everybody, but I was quiet. The second mission was everybody died, and everybody fucking knew I was there. Like,
chaos.
I couldn't figure out how to do it without everybody knowing I was there, so I just destroyed everybody. And that's the kind of the point of the game, is you can play it any way you want. But there's every single board I've done so far, I'll finish the main mission, and I still have 30 minutes to end the round. Like, you could just exfiltrate, but like you still have to work your way back through. So just because you've got the main objective, like there's still other enemies you have to work through to get to the other side of the map to exfiltrate. So the last one I did, they were still guarding the exfiltration point for me. So I still had to like, maneuver my way around, tag them all, snipe this one, snipe that one, distract that one. Like, I had to do all of that stuff. It took me like 45 minutes. So like I spent
wow,
an hour doing the objective, 45 just getting off the board. So yeah, I mean it's fun. I sent you guys a video where like I put down a teller mine, which is pressure sensitive, and I hid behind a wall, and then I like threw a bottle, and then all of them, like 3 or 4 of them, run outside to see what the bottle is, and it blows up and it kills like 3 of them.
Laugh.
It kills 3 of them, and then it goes, does the slow motion X-ray of all strap metal going through one of the Nazis, but he's also cartwheeling in the air. So like as he's spinning, his mouth's open. It's just fucking hilarious. Like he's just flipping through the air, and then of course it cuts back to the third person perspective, and the body just lands in front of me. But,
that's hilarious.
It's fucking great. Like it's exactly what it's supposed to be. They don't shy away from it. The voice acting's okay. The storyline's usually pretty good. It's all 5 of those games is you're a not a rogue asset, but you're fucking Rambo, and you're John Wick with a sniper rifle, and you just go to town, and it's a blast. I really enjoy it. And I think that's all I played. I don't remember playing anything else.
Yeah, nice. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing something on my list here, but I guess not. So I played some more Firewall Ultra last weekend as I was finishing up my review for that. I haven't played any during the week this week at all. Not that game anyway. Tried out the beta for the free-to-play MOBA game. It's called Paragon. It was originally an Epic Games thing back in the day, and then they shut it down. So it's making a comeback now as Paragon the Overprime. It's pretty cool. It's very, very similar to how I remember the original game being, but just kind of looks better, and they've made some tweaks, new characters and things like that. So it's cool. I'm curious to see, what it looks like when it's not in a beta. Right now it's running at like 1080p and stuff like that. So it's not bad. But then also played NBA 2K24. So it's been out for, I guess, a week today. Been reviewing it, working on my review for it for GamingNexus.com. So I have been dabbling in all the various game modes, just checking things out, playing a little bit here, playing a little bit there. This is the first time ever that I've played. I won't say ever, but it's definitely the first time that I've done the My City thing, or like the city. So, that's kind of like a subset of the My Career mode or whatever. It's where you can, wander around this big map and do different stuff and play different games and stuff. I gotta say, it's pretty overwhelming. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. But anyway, I'm enjoying the game so far. I guess I'll somewhat reserve judgment for my full review, but I'm liking it. Some modes more than others.
Ronnie? Did you find Ronnie 2K?
I talked to Ronnie. Yeah. I talked to Ronnie last night, and fuck you, Ronnie. And he was such a cool guy. Such a cool guy to talk to on there. Anyway. So yeah, I think that's everything. I wish I could think about, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm actually looking through the PlayStation app right now. It won't tell me. No, that was it. Okay. So anyway, so I'll have some more NBA 2K24 to play to get my review done, and I'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077, The Phantom Liberty this week as well. So that's it. And we're right around the corner from another big burst of releases. You got Assassin's Creed and Payday. How could I forget that Payday 3 comes out this week? I think me and you have decided we're going to do that, right?
Yeah, what we're talking about?
Payday 3? Are you
awake?
I was
fucking with you.
Bitch ass. So
I was hoping you were going to say, I already bought it.
No, I didn't do that yet. I'm making sure you commit. I might come over to your house and watch you hit the purchase button.
That's good. Okay.
So anyway, that's all for me. It's it for Travis. It's it for the show. And we'll get out of here now. As always, thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to get a new episode delivered every Monday. We'd also be very appreciative if you can leave us a rating or a review on your podcast service, or a like or comment on YouTube. It's very helpful. Don't forget to find us on social media. On X, we go by at the DualSense Pod. We're also on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. Our website is thedualsenspodcast.wordpress.com. You can get the shows there, show notes, etc. every week. We'll get out of here. Thank you for listening again. Take care. Have a great week, and we'll talk at you next time. Bye-bye.